Our whole business model is around our tech development. So we started with obviously the tech development. How much is it going to cost us to actually build this technology? But again, as we went forward, we also realized that the tech is not just the only important part, but we also need to include the manpower working behind and making sure that this tech is working. So I think one of the first things was the tech development, and then the manpower came after. The most difficult part when we started writing our business plan was, I would say, coming up with a revenue model. And I think this is one of the most difficult parts, especially for social enterprises or companies that are focusing on a social impact, is that a balance between, am I trying to make money or am I trying to impact people's lives? So that's where the revenue model is a very tricky part, especially for social enterprises, as I mentioned. And that's where it became like a bit hard, so we had to do a lot of ideation and to be able to come up with that. We started, again, as most startups, we started with a pilot project where we started by offering our services, let's say for free or for a discounted price to the company, so that we can actually see what is the feedback. Are the companies willing to pay for this kind of service? So we started by that, which gave us a lot of information when it comes to willingness to pay for the companies and if they're actually able to pay for that. So that's how we started, by piloting and seeing what is the feedback on the market. And then from there, we're able to position ourselves and figure out how can we actually generate revenue. When you start a company, you have the idea and you're really excited about the idea. But when it comes down to actually writing the business plan and actually doing all the small things, you tend to forget about them, right? So we definitely got help from some of the people on our team, but also from our board of advisors, who really helped us in coming up with how to make a really good business plan and come up with a very good revenue model, because they have years of experience working in the field here in Rwanda. So definitely, I would say that in the first couple of months, the mistake was to forget about that and just focus on continuing with our operations, which again becomes a backlash when you're trying to raise money and talk to investors, because that's the first thing they're going to ask you about is, what is your business plan and is it actually accurate? So definitely I would say there is the advice that I would give to people who are trying to start their businesses and actually try to raise funds or create their business plan, is to really go and look for help. Talk to a person who's experienced in this field, who knows what they're doing, so that they can help you in that process. Because as an entrepreneur, you can't do everything for yourself, right? You need help, you need your team, you need people to help you. So I would say get help as you're starting, because that's the right thing to start by doing. Yeah.